Okay, I'm back. So this was the fastest reconnection I've had in a long time. So I'm hoping that my internet is stable now because it's been a while since it's done this. So hold on. I'm back. Let's see if anybody I'm back. Whatever. I don't get this. I'm back. Back to the beginning. All right. There's shows one person in here. No, that's not what I wanted. D, I'm back. I'm back. Whoopsie, didn't mean to yell. I'm back. Welcome back. Hey, okay, welcome back, guys. Let's see. I'm back. Oh, you already know Chris because you're here. Let me tell Christy I'm back. Let me tell Kelly I'm back. Let me tell Sherri, although she didn't see my last message, I'm back. Wanda's sleeping. Okay, I think I got everybody. All right. Much clearer picture now. Hey, y'all. Okay, good. Yeah, it connected like that. I mean, it just said everything. It hasn't been that fast in a while, so I'm hoping that this connection stays strong because it was very strong to begin with. So yeah, if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up button, if you wouldn't mind doing so, letting everybody know that we're here, and hopefully they'll come back. Denise is back, but everybody else in here, I've messaged to let them know I was back. I don't have Denise. I don't have Mark. Who else was in there that I don't have? Here, but in the ads. Okay, thank you, Becky. So I guess we'll see how long it takes for everybody to get back, or at least some people to get back. That's frustrating. I mean, we have been having issues with the internet. I think everybody has. Everybody I've spoken to has had issues with the internet. Probably have to use the potty soon, but I so wish I had more ice. But I literally was like scooping even the little tiny piece. My fingers were like freezing, but I used every bit of ice I could find or get. All right, so I guess until everybody gets back, and then we'll start playing. What are you guys working on again? Because I forgot. I know Denise is working on a sweater, I think. Somebody's working on a baby blanket. Yeah, I'm on data because my internet has been playing up today. Yeah, I have to get hardwired, but that means they're going to have to run the cables, and they want to do it underground, which means there's going to be crazy digging and everything, and that's going to be frustrating. You're freezing me just saying that word. But at the same time, I need to get hardwired because I run my business out of my house, out of my unit, although I've been having to do a lot of it in my mom's house because I can't not have access to Wi-Fi. And like I can't connect to my Roku. I can't connect to anything like that. And it's very frustrating. Rectangular wrap and sparkle yarn. Yay. Shawl and a ball. Yuck. Okay, I didn't mean yuck. That was horrible. That was bad. A shawl and a ball or shawl and a cake person. I ended up frogging. Actually, I ended up just discarding a project, but Signal is horrible for me. Stopped by to say hi to you and everyone and to give you a thumbs up. Take care. Lots of love. Thank you, Ali. I appreciate it. I'm sorry the signal was so bad, but thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Yeah, a rainbow sparkle sweater. Oh, cool. Socks for my table. Oh, right, Becky. Sorry, I forgot about that. All right. I think it may take a little while for people to come back, but that's all right. We can start playing anyway and see what happens. It's up to you. Now I'm going to be looking at the clock thinking, oh, I haven't been on here very, very long. It's only been 5 minutes. Hello. It's been like an hour and 20 minutes, but whatever. I'm just hoping the connection stays as strong as it was when I reconnected. Please let it stay strong. Yeah, I had to cut out a section as it was so tangled. Yeah, it was, I mean, it's beautiful. I love the idea of it, and it was a beautiful color, and the sparkle was great. I just did not enjoy working with it, and the tangle part. And that was the other thing. I have to do the Bernat blanket, and I have to rewind them into balls because between the yarn barf and so many times the center pull, like if you were to pull out the yarn barf, is actually you have the center and then that is next to it, not the center, and then the rest of it is wound, which is frustrating as all get out. So I always have to use it from the outside. Welcome back, Mark. And so frustrating. So I just started winding, but not this one. The black one that I wound into a ball had 4 knots in it. And I was like, okay. And then one of the other ones that I was doing was just completely separated. No knot, no nothing, just two separate parts. I was like, okay, whatever. All right, let's go ahead and start playing. Okay. Son of a gun. I was a big Star Wars graph blade for my grandson's birthday. I did share a pic on your Facebook page, though I'm 20 rows further along. When did you am I missing things on my Facebook page? Oh, Leanne, you're so cute. I just saw your post on there about the live. I love you. You're just awesome. How did I miss your Star? Oh, I think I remember, but that was a while, wasn't it? Wow. Either I'm missing stuff or it was a really long time ago. Because I'm like back to like July. I still don't see it. Okay. I want to know what I'm missing and why I'm missing it. Seriously, if shipping were cheaper, I could start a business of frogging stuff for people. I find it really relaxing, and so it really wouldn't mind if people sent me stuff that they wanted to frog. Oh, I would send you stuff to sew in my ends or block. Oh, I so hate knots. I know, Leanne, I'm a heathen. I get it. I'm not saying I won't do it. I'm just saying I don't want to do it. Like, I would send all my blocking stuff to Leanne because she would do an amazing job. But it cost me what to send you that hank of yarn or whatever I sent you, like $25 or $30. It was something even more than that. Heck, to Canada, 1 hank of yarn to Canada, 100-gram hank of yarn in a poly mailer to Canada cost me $25. I'm like, this is 100-gram hank of yarn, and you're charging me $25. Insane. Oh, I so hate knots. Yeah, me too. I hate blocking. I will steam. I really, really, really hate web longing. Oh, I really, really, really hate sewing things together. And yet I'm doing pillows. And blocking. Hate it. Okay, let's start the game. In 2000, if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up button, if you wouldn't mind doing so, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for coming back. I do appreciate that too, very much. 2013, yeah, Canada's worse than sending abroad sometimes. It is. And the woman at the post office is like, no, that's not true. We base all of our international, we put the prices up there because Canada's cheapest. I'm like, no. I said the exact same thing, something to Canada and something to Belgium. Exact same weight, exact same everything. it cost me, it was like, I think it cost me, like $33 to Canada and $28 to Belgium. She's like, oh no, that must be wrong. Like, I came here, you guys waited. It was not like a difference between priority and not. It was first class or whatever it was. And she's like, well, I don't understand that. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I've had that happen 3 times now. Miley, stop. What's up with you? No. Relax. No. Go finish your bone. It's out in the living room. Go get your bone. Go get your bone. Or go to sleep. One or the other, those are your options. No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. Don't burp in my face. I don't like that. Which doesn't make sense because I can send a rather large box to US for 25 Canadian. I've never, in the last 2 years, I've not been able to send anything less than $25 to Canada. And I'm telling you, it was it was just last week, or not last week. It was to Crystal Gott. She won my, the collab yarn that Jake made for me. 1 hank in a poly mailer, standard poly mailer. It was like $25.63 or something like, or $24.65. I don't know, something like that. But it was like $25 for 1 hank of yarn. I was like, that is absurd. And I asked her for the cheapest way. I just shipped one with tracking 15 by 9 by 5, and it was 24 and something. Then it's cheaper from Canada to America, but from America to Canada, it's ridiculous. Craziness. That's all I got to say. All right, let's go ahead and do the next one. In 2013, a man was arrested for spreading the... Oh, wait. We started this one, and then all things went craziness. Yeah, so that's why I didn't do... Sorry, I know I'm jumping around. That's why I didn't do... I couldn't open the big giveaway for my mom's birthday worldwide because it's a big box. It's already going to have to go priority because it's bigger than 12 by 12 by 12. So yeah, I haven't sent it out yet. That's one of my problems, but I don't know. Ow. Anyway. All right. So in 2013, a man was arrested for spreading the ashes of his fiance inside one of her favorite places. Oh, you guys picked 2 that were not the answer. A, Chipotle, B, LensCrafters, C, Target, D, Chuck E. Cheese. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Crystal. I'm so having a brain fart. It's not even funny. Wendy box should actually go up UPS because they're cheaper from US to Canada. Yeah, we just don't have any local areas. I mean, local pick drop-offs here. I mean, not that I guess I could drive 25-30 minutes to go drop it off, but hey, Crystal and everyone Target their books. That's right. Yay, I got it right. What? Starbucks isn't an option. If you call them, they will come. They won't for some reason. They will to my office, but not here in a rural area or anything. But no, it's not Target and it's not Chuck E. Cheese, which were 2 of the answers you guys picked earlier. They pick up in the middle of nowhere, so they'll pick up for you. They won't. I've called. I don't know why they won't. Goody, I'm new to your channel. Hello from the UK. Hello, Lorna. How are you? Welcome. Sorry, it almost looked like Loma, but I see it's an RN. Really? I'm literally an hour from the nearest city, and they can pick up for me. I've called 2 different times. I don't know why they won't pick up here. A is not the answer either. So it's not Chipotle, Target, or Chuck E. Cheese. It is B, LensCrafters. So he was arrested for spreading the ashes of his fiance in LensCrafters. It is completely insane. I'll try again, but I think it was 3 times because I couldn't believe it. And so I called again and they wouldn't. And I was like, what? That makes absolutely no sense. You'll pick it up at my office and we're in this roughly the same. I don't know. All right, so how can lens crafters be anybody's favorite plant? I know, right? No, stop. All right, so this disgusting medieval remedy is making a comeback and is used today in some hospitals to treat leg ulcers. Well, hold on a second. Sorry. This disgusting medieval remedy is making a comeback and is used today in some hospitals to treat leg ulcers, pressure sores, and infected wounds. A, leeches. I know this one. B, live snails. C, maggots. I could have told you guys what the answer was. We actually talked about it one time. Hi, Net, Pearl and Squirrel. How are you, sweetheart? Do you have to also make sure they know it's residential, not a business? Yeah, I've let them know. Yes, see, Chris got it. It's maggots, because they eat all dead skin or dead tissue. See, maggots. It's leeches or maggots. It's maggots. No, ma'am. Go to sleep. No, I don't want to use this because it's going to hurt people's ears. Please tell me my phone shut down to do a dang update right after you posted. You have to restart. I'm on Kindle Fire and can't comment. Aw, okay. Enough. No, don't kiss up. No, ma'am. Yes, and only dead tissue. Exactly. Oh yeah, leeches are to gain blood flow. Yes, they are. But like if you have a really bad burn, that's another time that they'll use maggots. Well, yeah, that's the question's over there. But yeah, leeches would be on something like a disgusting boil. Yeah, gross. All right, next one. Hold on, let me do I gotta do the so that I can know where each ends. All right. A Seattle woman drank a glass of this daily to clear her acne as well as her complexion. A, dog piss. B, breast milk. C, chicken grease. D, placenta cocktail. Ugh, on all of them. Seriously, that's just gross. All of them are gross. Well, maybe not equally, but so a Seattle woman drank a warm glass of this daily, and warm no less, a warm glass of this daily to clear her acne as well as her complexion. A, dog piss. B, breast milk. C, chicken grease. Or D, placenta cocktail. It is not breast milk. It is not placenta. I don't want to get... Yeah, yuck to all. No idea on that one. Yeah, yuck to all is totally right. No, I know. Where do people come up with this crap? Who wants to test this? Who asked these questions? It is not breast milk, which was answered. It was not placenta cocktail, and it was okay. Nobody guessed. Okay, so it's either dog piss or chicken grease. You were about to go lay down. 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 Please, not A. A dog piss. Warm a warm glass of dog piss daily to clear her acne as well as her complexion. That is disgusting. I don't care how bad my acne and complexion is. No way am I drinking dog piss. Oh, it is, isn't it? That's just disgusting. So disgusting. No. All right. People in Victorian times didn't want little boys to masturbate. Any kid caught doing the deed ran the risk of A, getting his dick cut off, B, having to sleep with his parents until he moved out, C, wearing a metal clamp around his dick, D, having his foreskin sewn up. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Okay. She's nuts. I know, right? Why? Nope, I'll take the acne. Absolutely. A, no, believe it or not. And I thought my acne was water was. It is not A. So it's B, having to sleep with his parents until he moved out, C, wearing a metal clamp around his dick, or D, having his foreskin sewn up. People are sick and I say C. Nope. It's not A or C. Ah, yes, perfect thing. Hey, Katie, welcome. How are you? Long time no see, my friend. So it's either B, having to sleep with his parents until he moved out, or D, having his foreskin sewn up. Yes, Lorna got it. It is D, having his foreskin sewn up. What? Just whatever. All right, let me put up a couple of it is D. I know, right? I mean, seriously, these things are weird. All right. During the 1800s, straitjacket pajamas and tying hands to bedposts were two typical ways to A, remove evil spirits from the body, B, stop kids from masturbating, C, keep people from sleepwalking, D, prevent young girls from having sex. All right. Well, we're on to the next one, which is still during 1800s. A, it is not were two typical ways to stop kids from masturbating. Alrighty then. Main ingredient in the Scandinavian dish lapkok is Lappkok. Buffering for me again a little. How's everyone else doing? Oh, please tell me it's not. No, I'm. This is gonna make me cry. What was the answer to the last one? The answer to the last one was stop kids from masturbating. I'm back now. Okay. I'm back. It is for me. No! I have to be back for everybody. Something about the Scandinavian Wiener Schnitzel. The main ingredient in the Scandinavian dish lapkok is, it's Lappkok. Lapkok is A, boiled rats, B, elephant shit, what? C, moose cum, or D, reindeer blood. Holy mackerel. You've actually get a better picture now. You're back now. Okay, thank you. So the main ingredient in the Scandinavian dish lapkok is A, boiled rats, B, elephant shit, C, moose cum, or D, reindeer blood. It is not A. Denise got it. It is D, reindeer blood. Gross. Any of these is just, ugh, I just got the chills. It's just gross. Gross. Moose cum. I mean, seriously? Anyway. All right. Maybe I won't do the witch hats. I'll just deal with figuring it out. All right. Worried about that brown booger you're putting in your mouth? Maybe when I was like 5. It's not too much cause for concern. It just means A, your iron levels are off. B, you're picking your nose too hard and drawing blood. C, you're eating too much protein. Or D, your fingers are dirty. Well, not C, because I tried this last week and we don't have moose. Ew, seriously? You tried it? Gross. Oh, now gross because, but yes, Leanne got it. It's B. You're picking your nose too hard and drawing blood. Leanne, you are too funny. All right, next one. Data shows that 60% of frozen berries are moldy, but that probably won't bother you as much as knowing the typical bag in the freezer contains A, about 10 whole insects, B, significant traces of animal urine, C, unhatched larvae or larva, D, poisonous berries. We use frozen berries for smoothies, and I would see, I shouldn't have said that. A buddy of mine, what did Leanne just say? It is not C, unhatched larva, whatever. I hope it's not poisonous berries. It is not. So it's either about 10 whole insects or wait, you guys guess C and D. It's either about 10 whole insects or B, significant traces of animal urine. It is not urine. Okay, so it's about 10 whole insects. That was the only option left. We use frozen berries for smoothies, and I watch as the berries go into the measuring cup or into the blender. I don't see 10 whole insects. Was it teenagers making the drinks? I'm here now. Okay, welcome, Zara. All right. Next one. Which U.S. city was ranked the rattiest city in 2019? A, New York, B, Chicago, C, Tampa, D, Los Angeles. Tampa's just right across the bay from me, but I'm not saying that's the answer. I'm just saying that Tampa's right across the bay from me. And I'm from Chicago, so it is not New York. It's very sad for me to know this. Why? Because I just gave you part of the answer, or I gave you the answer. Well, I gave you I gave you two different answers, but one of them is nope, not Tampa. So I guess it wasn't quite that easy, but nope, not Tampa. I'm still very sad about this. Unless you guys didn't hear where I said I was from. Yes, Chicago. B, Chicago. Wow, this is long. Chi-Town, yep. That's it. All right. A Brazilian spider delivers a painful bite that sends most victims to the hospital. What the hell did you do to my sheets? Ew! Dude! They're soaking wet. What were you doing? What were you doing? Lay down. Lay your feet. Ew! You just burped in my face. You little shit. Okay. A Brazilian spider delivers a painful bite that sends most victims to the hospital. But some people try to get bitten on purpose because A, the bite is the cure for other worse ailments and diseases. B, the venom is a natural form of Viagra. C, the spider bite is supposed to bring good luck. Or D, the scar following the bite looks really cool. Alrighty then. Good night, everyone. Stay safe and crochet on. You too, Tammy. Thank you so much for being here, sweet friend. And hugs and love and prayers. It is not C. Truthfully. Okay, I'm not a man. Hint. But Lorna got it. It is B. The venom is a natural form of Viagra. I'm sorry, but I think if I was a man, I don't know that I would be going to this thing to get bit because it's a natural form of Viagra. Just get the freaking pill. Love the troll pup, Mom. Pay attention. What about E? Because they are foolish. Yeah, well, that too. People are crazy. Hold on a second. I need a drink. I'm wanting David's tea to be the tea of the channel. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get that to work, but I'm going to try. All right. 3 members of your gym are rarely... Wait. 3 members of your gym you rarely see are ringworm, staph infection, and athlete's foot. They usually... Oh, that you... Okay. 3 members of your gym you rarely see are ringworm, staph infection, and athlete's foot. They usually hang out, A, on the complimentary towels, B, in the locker room, C, in the showers, D, on yoga mats. Well, I'm glad to know this because it doesn't affect me. Or wouldn't affect me if I was still going to the gym, I should say. It is not showers. Yeah, Zara got it. D, yoga mats. I don't do yoga. So, hence, I don't have to worry about it. and won't have to worry about it when I start going back to the gym. Although what I love doing is walking on a treadmill, and I can't, but I mean, not that I can't, but it's kind of painful sometimes. Go to sleep. What's your problem today? I would give you your antler, but it's so hard. Has anybody given their dogs antlers before? Wow, it's a nasty world. I know, right? All right. Feel free to answer about the antler, but does David's tea do a cold infused tea variety too? I love me some cold tea as we are heading into our hot months. Oh, I forgot you guys are going into winter. No, never given my dogs antlers. Thank you, Mark. Cold infused, yes, they have several iced teas and actually a lot of their teas are done well with cold infused, but yes, they do. Kinder eats them too fast. Well, I've given it to her a couple of times. They told me that I can give it to her and then take it, when she's done with it, take it away and then give it back to her, take it away, give it back to her. Well, there's still marrow on the inside, but it's so hard. Like, I know the antler is hard, but the marrow is so hard. Whereas like in the bones I give her, it's soft. It's like fat. I mean, it's not fat. It's marrow, but it's, you know what I mean, right? But this is like hard as a rock. And I don't know if I should give it to her or not. I don't remember if I felt it after the first time I took it away from her. But what is up with you? Stop. And no, I'm not giving this to you. I'm showing them. Like the marrow in there. I mean, I guess I can kind of like, I can't really, it's not really pliable, but is it okay to give her? Have given antlers in the past. I mean, is that normal? Because if it is, I'll just give it to her and maybe that'll keep her quiet for a few more minutes. But I can't believe she didn't eat it all in like the first sitting. And for sure not by the second. I mean, I thought for sure by the second sitting she would have finished it all, but she didn't. Crap, wait. I was just something just came to mind that I wanted to ask you guys, and it just left as quickly as it came. Darn it. What was I going to ask you? I wouldn't give it to her. I gave my dogs a $5 hip bone from Walmart. Cost $600 at the vet to get them to just put out. Yeah, I don't buy those. The ones I give her are actually done by a local person and not $5. But they are I've been giving them to my dogs for years. She's the only one that can actually break the bone with her teeth, but I haven't, knock on wood, haven't had an issue. But with the antler, from my understanding, and especially with as thick it is as it is, all she's been interested in is the marrow. She hasn't been interested in the actual antler itself, but I don't think it would hurt it, would it? It's dried out, but it's okay. I mean, because they sell it this way. Yes, it's in cellophane, but it's hard. When I took the cellophane off, this was the first time I bought it. Now, this was $30. $30 or $33, which was nuts. But they didn't have any of the bones I normally get. So I was like, and I needed something for that, whatever it was that I was needing it for. And so I went ahead and I got it, but it was rock solid even then. But I figured it's because it was, what was exposed to air, and then anything underneath was going to be a little bit softer. But it's dried out, but it's okay. I don't know. They splinter on Kinder, and I'm afraid she'll swallow it. It doesn't smell like anything. Literally, it smells like nothing. I don't think. I don't smell anything. But, I mean, she was trying to break the antler, and she hasn't. And knock on wood again. Maybe I won't give it. I don't know. Or maybe I'll give it to her, and as soon as I hear her trying to like really chomp on the antler, I'll take it away. The antler splinters on Kinder. This was a medium. It could have been a large. I can't remember. But before this, I'd never given any. I've had 2 German Shepherds and then her, and she's 3/4 Belgian Malinois and 1/4 German Shepherd. I've never given any of my animals antlers, but she's a Great Dane. Oh yeah, well her bite is stronger than either one of my German Shepherds. I mean, it's nuts, and she can break crap that I've never seen a dog break. Okay, I lied. That's not true. But okay, I'll give it to her. I mean, if you can see that the antler is really thick. This side is thinner, but even on this side, she wasn't able to. This little piece right there came off. I got it this way. Here, you want some of it? You want? Come on. As soon as she starts, if she starts chomping on the antler, I'm going to take it away from her. Hold on, I want to wash my hands. Did one of you guys say you were going to email me with something? Because if you did, I didn't get it. And I've had issue. Oh. Do you hear her? She went to her bone. The antler is sitting on her bed. She's not as thrilled about the antler. It's your dog. I'm not going to call you. Right now, she's trying to take the rest of the chicken off of the bone, but I just try to listen, and when I hear that she's trying to actually bite the bone, I take it away from her. But thankfully, these are alka bones, and I know that they say when you bake the bones, it makes them more brittle. I don't know what it is that she does with them, but they are way less brittle than the ones, like I bought some off of Amazon. I got some at Publix. And I tried one from somewhere else. No. Between the ingredients, just everything that was in whatever they put on it, and the fact that they splintered so badly, I was like, never again. Yes, these are a lot more expensive. Like this one is the medium size one. Although the one in Tampa that we went to when we were celebrating my mom's birthday that weekend, this one, oh yeah. So these were slightly smaller than the large ones, but they were still charging the same price of $15.99. $16.99. $15.99. The small ones they went up to, I want to say 7 or 8 at one of the locations. The other location still has them at the other price, but these are made by a local person, and she wraps chicken on them and fills them with marrow, and whatever she does, knock on wood, doesn't. Jeez. I mean, seriously. And you're laying on the antler while you're eating that. Okay, well, if you're comfortable, that's fine. But I'm just going to listen and watch. I used to give my dogs fresh antler when my brother-in-law hunted, but they are softer then. Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. She needs something to occupy her. I can see why both of you want the antler. And it's a lot better, I think, than a Walmart's bone. Yeah, I mean, it being so expensive, it kind of bugs the crap out of me that she's not as interested in it. She was curious about it when I first gave it to her, and she played with it for a while, and she kind of got some of the marrow out. And then the second time I gave it to her, she was kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'll play with it a little. And she kind of went in, got some more of the marrow, and then she was done with it. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, oh, she's going to love it. And it's better. And this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, $30 freaking, whatever. I'll try it. And will I get it again? Probably not. Probably not. I'd rather travel from the one location all the way to a different store to go get the bones if they have it versus buying the antler, because it doesn't occupy her. And I need it for my lives, for at least part of the live. Typically, when she's done, you guys know, she'll lay down. I mean, she bugs me for a little while and then she'll lay down and go to sleep. With the antler, that doesn't happen. But GSD, their intelligence can result in quick to bore and annoy you. Well, Malinois are even worse than GSDs. I had 2 GSDs. They were actually couch potatoes compared to the typical GSD, but that's because they spent a lot of time with my ex-husband, who spent a lot of time in bed because, yeah, anyway. She is 10 times more, needs more attention and stimulation and everything. The problem is she figures things out literally within, I forgot what it was. It was one of the more complicated, like the things that are supposed to like keep them occupied with, like an intelligence type of a thing. She figured it out in 2.5 minutes, and that was it. And it was like $45 or something ridiculous. It was when I first got her, and I was told, Malinois are very, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I get it. She figured it out in 2.5 minutes, a little over 2.5 minutes. It was like 2 minutes and like 43 seconds or something. And I had timed her because there were several other things I had tried with her previous to that, or prior to that. And 2 minutes, I think it was 2 minutes and 43 seconds. She figured it out and done. And anyway, and I'm like, and she will never go back to it again. And I'm like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? But insanely smart. And there have been a lot of GSDs actually replaced with Malinois in the military and law enforcement, because I've heard that GSDs can be snookered when it comes to like drug sniffing, by either having what was it? I forget what it is that has helped keep GSDs off the track of certain drugs, whereas Malinois will still gotten it more often than the GSDs. But they're both insanely intelligent, like so wicked intelligent. Okay, no problem, Mark. Thank you. Maybe another dog would interest her. Do you have a dog that you can rent? I tried to take her son, who her foster mom kept. Okay, she was okay. I'll wait until Mark gets back so I can tell him her story. Just remind me, guys, if I forget. I have a blue heeler and she is like that. I love it, but if I don't work her often in some way, yes, exactly. Our next door neighbor has a blue mouth cur, and they look not very similar. I don't want to say that, but they have similar features, but very different, very different. My GSDs were very different, very unique, wicked smart. They don't even hold a candle to her. And I thought they were like the smartest things on the planet. I mean, and let me tell you, she understands full sentences and I mean, the things she understands and the way she reacts to certain things is it's uncanny. I love animals. I love dogs in particular so much. But I am totally a GSD and Belgian Malinois person going forward. I wish they would live forever. Honestly, I wish they would live forever. realistically speaking, I understand that they don't. But for sure, GSD, Belgian Malinois, all the way, anytime going in the future. But another dog in her house, absolutely no. No, 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 no. She doesn't like any dog in anywhere in her vicinity, whether she's in the car. She loves to play with dogs. Park, which I know she knows how to spell that, but it doesn't as much as when I actually say the word. If I say the word, it's a different story. If I spell it, she'll let me have it. But when I take it, she has fun. She loves other dogs. However, when it comes to another dog having anything that's hers, absolutely no way, Jose, whatsoever. It was literally bloody hell in this place when I tried to take her son or bring her son on board. Now, I have heard that the female dog, if she doesn't raise her pups, I don't know if it meant through their entire life, but at least as puppies, they don't want to have anything to do with it. I've also heard the opposite. So which way is it? I don't know for sure. But, and this is where this is where her story comes into play. So when Mark gets back, I'll talk about it. But let's go ahead and play the next card, and I'll tell the story when Mark gets back. And this is for anybody that is interested in knowing her story. It's not a happy one, but it is now, but not from puppyhood. But instead of telling it once and then telling it again and everything, I figured I'll just wait. All right, so let's play a card until he gets back. Another name for staying silent. Most dogs do better with young pups. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. She will not have anything to do with pups either. We have words just like that. No saying snack or dinner and mouse truck either. All words. My two Danes go crazy. Yeah. And I know for a fact she knows how to spell Park or what that is, and place, which the place took a little while. I don't know that it actually took longer for me to recognize the fact that she knew what I meant when I said the place. But I don't have to spell it. She'll let me say the place without giving me, getting excited. Treat, she also knows, but lets me spell it. But when I say it, it's a different story. Ball can cause chaos here. Yeah, she doesn't ball. And she's funny. It used to be where she would not play catch unless I had two balls going. Like I throw one, she'd bring it. I throw one, she'd bring it. I throw one, she'd bring it. But if I just do one ball, then it's like, I'm not bringing that to you. Catch it yourself. Go fetch it yourself. She taught me fetch very well. Very well. But now she's fine with playing with one. Because I have the chuck it stick, because I can't throw it the distance that I would need to for her to be happy on my own. So I use the chuck it stick, and I can throw one now and she will be satisfied to go back and forth. But it's only when she wants to. It doesn't have. Now, if we're in actively training, it's a different story. For the most part, there are times that even with training, because she's very well trained, but she has her moments. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's go ahead and play. Unless you guys want to keep talking about dogs, that's fine too. I have no problem with that. But you all know I love playing. Amy, are you here, or is your phone still updating? Is your phone still updating? Amy's phone, just when I said I was going to leave and come back, her phone started doing an update. And then, so she was on her Kinder Fire, but couldn't actually comment, but she was watching. And then she said it was initializing updates. So I don't know if she's still here or not. Kinder will pick up my keys, but won't fetch a ball. Too funny. They all have their little things that they're going to do. Abby, who is my older GSD, she was an old soul. She was just so, anyway, you had to pay a toll to get past her. Okay, my ex-husband, because we lived in we lived in our house for a few years while we had them, and then after our divorce, he moved into an apartment. I moved my full 4-bedroom house into my mom's already filled 2-bedroom house. Well, I am a storage unit, but so I moved in to my mom's house because my aunt and uncle still had this unit. I moved into my mom's house with them. And then my ex-husband and I ended up getting back together, not remarried, but back together. So I moved in with him into his apartment. And so now they didn't have a yard to just be able to let them do their thing and come back in. Well, the way he got them excited to actually go out was by, you go out, you do your business, you come back in, you get a treat, which I can say right now because she's eating her bone. But baby, my healer won't sleep on floor. She has to lay against me or she keeps me up all night. Oh, that's sweet. I mean, I'm sure at times it could be, not sweet, but so that's what we did. We would let them out, come back in. They got their treat for doing their business. And so Abby was like, okay, well, this is just going to continue for the rest of my life. And so when we ended up all moving into my mom's house, I can't remember what the reason was, but we did. And so Abby would stand at the countertop, like she would go out, come back in. You could not pass her until you gave her a treat. And the thing is she would sit there and she'd look up at the countertop and she's like, they're right there, right there. And then if you'd ignore her, she would move. She was very long for a GSD. And she'd move and position herself in a position where you couldn't pass her until you gave her something. So she would sit there. And then as she got older and started getting like, she passed away just before she was 13. So I would say probably about 10-ish, 11-ish. She started going out to just tinkle, like a little tiny drop, just so she could come back in and get it. Now, Bella, who's sister, but her sister, she would let Abby do all the work and then she'd come and reap the reward. But she was wicked smart and so cunning. I mean, like wicked cunning. One of the things with her, she used to like to eat her poopies. Not always, but sometimes. And I've been told by multiple people and vets that if they do that, it's because they're lacking something in their diet. And it's not necessarily something you have to stop them for. And so we had friends down from Michigan and we were sitting on our back porch when we had our house. And she's in the backyard. She's roaming around. She goes number 2. And we're all sitting there. And so I see her heading towards it. I mean, she did her business. She turned around. She came back and she went to it. And I said, Bella. And she looked at me and I said, don't you dare. She looked at me. She looked at it. I've told you guys this story multiple times, but she looked at me. She looked at me. She looked at it. She slapped it and then put her head up in the air while looking at me and ran away. My friend was like, did that just happen? I'm like, yep. I'm like, she does not like me telling her or correcting her and telling her not to do something. And she was like, oh my God. She goes, it was like she knew what you said. Like she knew exactly what you meant and was not happy. And I was like, that's exactly what it was. And they each had their own little things that they did. And it's just between the training and everything, it was just awesome having them. I mean, it was such an amazing experience to be, the mom of 2 GSDs that were so ridiculously different. And it's funny because we had Abby first, but Bella was the alpha. And Abby would just be like, okay, whatever, that's fine, just do it. Or she could have been alpha maybe, but no, Bella was actually the alpha. Now she's a whole nother story, like a whole nother story. And little Miss Attitude, you want a dog with an attitude? That's Miley. Like in your face attitude. All right, you guys want to play a little bit? I think Mark got lost. Miley. Yeah, you know I'm talking to you. All right, well, I'll go ahead and read it, and if anybody answers, you answer. If you don't, you don't. And if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up button, if you wouldn't mind doing so, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so another name for staying silent during sex so you don't wake up a roommate or your kids is called, oh, do I have a story about that? A, silent film effing or fucking, sorry. B, ninja sex. C, hush puppying. Or D, miming. I kind of had an idea what it was, but not because I knew it, just because I just assumed. Am I here? I had a male GSD that grew up with my daughter, and he taught her so much about love, and she literally learned to walk with him holding his ear. Oh, that's so precious. That is so sweet. That is just the cutest thing. I can just imagine. Yeah, my Bella. Abby, at her peak, was 80, used to be about 89 pounds. Bella was a little bit smaller. She never fully grew into her ears or her tail, but yes, it is B. It's ninja sex. Anyway, Bella at her peak, I want to say it was like, what was she, like 69 or 73 or something like that? I'm still here listening to all your memories with your dogs. Okay, Zara, thank you. But Bella just looked smaller. Like Abby was long and lanky and like 89 pounds. Bella was, and they were both very fit, but Bella was more stocky and like more solid or something. And so our friend, oh my gosh, I just forgot the dog's name. Anyway, it was a male GSD. And he was, as a puppy, I think he was about a year old at the time, I think like 110 pounds. Well, he just barely went to sniff Abby. Like, he looked like he was interested in Abby. Was it? Hold on a second. Yeah, he showed interest in Abby. Bella turned around and just grabbed his neck and was like, back off. Just back off, my sister. No fear, no nothing. He was just like, what the hell just happened? I mean, it was just funny to watch his face because she looked so much smaller than him. And he was just like, what happened? And it was just the funniest thing. But he was about 85 pounds, but he had the silverback coloring, but wasn't fully silverback. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, Abby was more sable and black, and Bella was more red and black. I mean, she wasn't fully red, but she had a lot more red in her than black. And she had her parents were we knew their entire lineage and everything. But Abby, we rescued. She was a trucker dog. We believe that she was possibly sexually assaulted, but definitely abused in some way. And I guess the lady had to switch trucking companies. And so she decided to give Abby up, which I don't understand because she had a family that lived in a house that could have taken her. But maybe she knew that her family or her husband or whoever used to beat her. I don't know. But I'm grateful because we landed on her and she was literally the perfect dog. We felt bad because she didn't like when you walked behind her. She would always tuck her tushy under. But otherwise, and she would always cower. Like if we didn't even have to, not raising our voice, like yelling, but like if we were like getting excited at the TV or hey hun, as you yell across the house or whatever, she would always cower, and we would obviously always just praise her and everything, but we felt really bad. And then Bella was a little spitfire. I mean, we were supposed to get her at 10 weeks, but the litter came down. It was an older couple, like older couple that were friends of other deputy. My ex-husband was a deputy. Other deputy friends of ours, and they bred their last set of puppies, and so we decided to go ahead and do that, especially since it wasn't like they were trying to make money off of it or anything. And because we knew of them through friends of ours, we were like, okay, we'll go ahead and do this. And plus we had been looking for a rescued puppy for what? Nope, that's it. No, ma'am. Let me see it. Let me see it. Okay, that's not what you did. I apologize. Okay. She looks so sweet when she looks up at me. But the litter ended up getting sick. They ended up losing, I think, 2 or 3. They had originally 3 girls, and I forget how many boys. We were up for the second girl. They lost one. I'm sorry, they lost one of the girls, and I think 2 of the boys. But I knew which one Bella was right from the second we fell in love with her. Just, you could tell because of her little attitude that she had. But we brought her home, and yeah, this bedroom set wasn't quite as bad off, but on my nightstand, on the footboard, the corner that was like up there, that part right there that would have been on my footboard was chewed. The corner of one of the nightstands was chewed. On our bedroom set that we had in our bedroom, the knobs were chewed off. My ex-boss had gifted us. I'm only telling you the price because it's an absurd price for a couch. It was a $5,000 couch that he was getting rid of because he had special ordered some Italian leather couches, and we happened to have the space for it, so he gifted it to us. Now, first of all, we would never spend that much money on a couch. We wouldn't have been able to afford that much money for a couch. But it was a beautiful couch with engraved or like carved out, like the feet were carved out and just stunning. Imagine the price. You can imagine the detail that was on this couch. She chewed one of the feet. She chewed the armrest to the wood. She chewed a couple of the pillows, and the part that goes between like tile and floor or tile and carpet, like the wood piece or the whatever piece you would have over there. Yeah, she chewed that. She chewed some of the baseboards. She was a little spitfire, and my ex-husband used to get home before me, and here he would get home in his uniform with 30 pounds on his belt and sweating his butt off because he was also a sweater. And he'd get home, and for a good, I don't know, it was probably a good month, he'd get home first. I mean, he always got home first before me when he worked day shift, but he would get home, and I remember the first couple of times he walked in and he said it smelled like shit. And he goes, I'm not kidding you. So he went to go check. Now, I get it because Abby was never crated. We didn't have to crate her. And we had her for a couple of years before, like 2 years before we got Bella. Well, Bella, we needed to crate, and we had closed off a 4-foot crate in half, which, yes, we understand we either needed to not crate her or crate Abby, but Abby was feeling like it was a punishment, and she liked to go to her home when she wanted to just get away for a little bit, but she didn't like actually being enclosed in it. It would kind of like terrify her a little. So anyway, you know how they say the dogs don't poop or pee where they sleep and eat? Yeah, not for Bella. She would poop in her crate, The crazy thing is she never had any on her. And it wasn't on her like little bed that was in there or on her toys, but she spread it all over the rungs of the crate. All over the rungs of the crate. She never had any left on her feet or under her nails or anything like that, but it was all on the rungs of the half of the 4-foot crate. So here he would be getting home tired, 30 pounds on his belt, had to take all that off, get her out of the crate, take this 4-foot crate outside, pressure wash it every day for like a month. It wasn't maybe it was like 3 weeks, but I would get so many calls from him when he got home. Of course, she was my dog at that time because, she misbehaved. But the attitude that she had was incredible. And then she finally grew out of it. And with all the training and stuff, she was awesome. And once he was disabled and had to retire out of the force, we trained them to like grab the phone, like pick up the phone and bring it if needed, or obviously to alert one of us if, let's say, it passed out or fell or whatever. But just so many stories. Oh, are you guys getting bored of me talking about my dogs? My hubby had 2 female beagle sisters. When one came in, the males had to go through the sister before they could get to the one that was in heat. The other sister never came into heat, never pregnant. Oh, but it's very territorial. I mean, protective. So when neither one of us had ever had a dog as adults, I had a dog when I was a little kid and we had cats and stuff, but never a dog as adults. So when we got Abby, it was our first dog for either one of us as adults. And we used to have tons of kids come through during Halloween, like tons of kids. We would have to get like, the really big bags. And of course we always got the good candy, like the Twix and the Snickers and the that and the whatever, and the blow pops and stuff like that. We would literally spend a couple $100 easy, and we would normally have to go back out to get some because we'd go through it. Now, yes, we gave more than one chocolate to each kid, but we literally had tons of kids coming through. Afterwards, we would keep it, and we had like a metal bucket, I guess, but it was orange and it had a little smiley face and eyes painted on it, and two handles, and the bowl was pretty big. I mean, it was probably that wide and probably that deep. And no, not all, just listening. You go to the cleanups. So that's where we would leave the leftover candy. And my ex-husband used to put it on the floor next to his nightstand so that he can just reach over and give it to me or give it to himself, whatever the case is. Well, we went out one night and we really didn't think about it because that's just what we had done for a couple of years. And then now we have Abby, and she was able to roam the house when we were gone. I mean, she typically just stayed in the front bedroom, which was theirs. I mean, it was our guest room, but it was basically theirs. But we only had Abby. Bella wasn't around yet. And so we come home, and our master bedroom had cream carpeting throughout, well, except for the dressing area and the bathroom. But sorry, I'm working early tomorrow, so I'm off to bed now. Good night, Chris. Thank you so much for being here. Sweet dreams and have a good day at work tomorrow. So we had cream carpeting in our bedroom, and our walls were yellow, like bright, like sunshine yellow. Anyway, so we come home and Abby's cowering, which we knew meant something happened, whether it was her or not. Like when Bella would do something wrong, Abby would cower when we walked in the door. So we always knew it was Bella because Abby rarely did anything. Now, could she have been the one instigating stuff when we finally got Bella? Possibly. I don't know. But Bella was normally the instigator. Anyway, so we just have Abby. So she's cowering. So we're like, okay, something's off here. So we went and we looked around and we couldn't find anything. And we start walking into our bedroom, and we were like, my ex-husband like just stopped. And I'm like, what's wrong? And he goes, we didn't put the chocolate up. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, the Halloween candy. We left it on the floor. And I was like, oh my God, chocolate, right? Not good for them. And I'm like, oh my God, is she okay? And he goes, she didn't eat chocolate. And I was like, what? And okay, you guys know blow pops? You know how they're difficult to undo on the bottom as a human with opposable thumbs and fingers? She took the wrapping off of every single blow pop without any teeth marks, without tearing it, without anything. She got the wrappers off. She had the candy in the carpet and everywhere, and it looked like it was all the candy. All she wanted was the gum inside, and she ate all the gum. Now, a lot of people were like, okay, you're going to have a problem. She's going to be diarrhea or throwing up or whatever. Nothing. This dog had the stomach of steel. This was her first thing that she ever got into once we had her. Second thing was we had a barbecue grill on our back porch, and we used to keep the quart size container of like wonton soup from the Chinese restaurant under there to catch the drippings. We know that it was at least 3/4 full, And all of a sudden we're sitting there and we see this quart size Chinese container on the back porch empty. And so my ex-husband was like, did you leave this container out here? I was like, no. And I'm like, where did it come from? Both of us instantly looked at each other, and we went to the grill, and sure enough, it was not there. She ate it looked like it was washed or brand new. There was nothing in this container at all whatsoever. She ate it all. People are like, be careful. She's going to have diarrhea, throw up, whatever. Nothing. She was totally 100% fine. No. I'm sorry if this is too loud, but Miley, no barking. Now that's what you were doing that made my sheets all wet. Oh, her stomach. It didn't affect her at all whatsoever. She was eating normal. She was drinking normal. She was everything just like normal. No problems at all whatsoever. The third thing she did, we used to do appetizer night where we would get a Publix sub, which are awesome and huge. And we would split it in half, and then we'd make some spinach dip with, the round bread, and we tear it out and everything. And we do these little hot dog. Oh my God, it was so awesome. Everybody always wanted me to bring it to parties, and it's the easiest freaking thing in the world. But anyway, we would have that. We would have all kinds of different appetizers. We just did appetizer night every so often. And we would sit in front of our TV on the couch on our coffee table, which was like about the same height as the cushions of the couch. This was, again, fairly not that long after getting her. So doorbell rings, and so we go to the door. It's a neighbor. And so we went outside and we're talking, and, oh, what are you guys doing? Well, we're having appetizer night. Oh my gosh, did you make this? And yes. Oh, could I get some? Yeah, sure, no problem. So I go inside. Tim's outside with our neighbor. I go inside to go get it. I see a piece of lettuce, like shredded lettuce that they put onto the subs on the floor. And at first I was like, what's that? And I was like, okay, whatever. So I picked it up, wasn't really thinking about it. I go and I get the hot dogs. I get a little container. I put it in there, go outside, come back in. We both come back in like maybe 2 minutes later. And because she didn't realize we were eating dinner. So 2 minutes later, we come back in. Our sandwiches are gone. All of the loaded onions, the triple meat he got. Miley, you're disgustingly dirty. No. Lay down. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Come on. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Tons of onions, olives, all the meat. He used to get double meat. My turkey, the tomatoes, the lettuce, the bread, everything gone. Our plates were so clean, you would never know anything was sitting on them. No problem at all whatsoever. Her stomach, I'm telling you, this dog had a stomach of steel. Stomach of steel. But the best dog you could ever ask for. Okay, all of my dogs were the best dogs you can ever ask for, but she literally was like an angel dog. But just crazy things. Great memories. I mean, at the time we were freaking out thinking something was gonna, go wrong, but great memories. Now that I've bored you guys to pieces. There's only 8 of you guys left. Is anybody still here? Or are you guys all still working on stuff and just dealing with me rambling on about my animals? And we used to have 3 bunny rabbits. We never had 2 birds at once, but we had 2 birds. And we had Japanese fighting fish. Well, 1 at a time. And Abby used to, and not often, but we used to be able to take the 3 rabbits. Mr. Bunny, Fluffy, and Sandy. Yeah, we used to take all 3 of them. We would go into the computer room, and Birdie, and then Oliver when we had him. Birdie actually ended up passing away because my ex-husband was cooking. He was a fabulous cook, but the pan had the Teflon in it, and it was burning. Something was burning in it. And Teflon is poisonous to, I don't know if it's for animals in general, but he ended up getting sick and he ended up passing away. But then they were both Quaker parrots. But then I think it was Oliver, our second one, that we used to bring the rabbits. This was before Bella was around, because Bella, there's no way in the world we would be able to do this. But with Abby, we used to all be in the computer room, and we actually have a picture of Oliver sitting on her head, and Sandy, like, kind of her back paws were on the ground, but on the floor, and her front paws were on Abby's back. And she used to, now if they got really rambunctious and jumping around like crazy, she would get a little bit more curious. But when they just were kind of hanging out, she let them play on her and stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, she was like an angel dog. Her name was actually Angel before we got her, but just listening, love the stories. Okay, thank you. No, I'm enjoying listening while I work on my socks, killing my floor. Aw. Miley, you don't normally take the pillow with you. Stop. No, ma'am. What the heck? You're like in triple time right now. Oh, now hold on, guys. I gotta, do something here. No, Miley. No. Yeah, really? You're gonna give me an attitude right now? Seriously? I hate that you made me do that, because now you're going to get all antsy again. Ow. But those are my little antics about my girls. But I don't know that Mark's coming back, but with her story, I rescued her. She was beat and tortured as a puppy. She got pregnant on her first heat around 6 months old, which is unusual for even having a heat in a large breed that early. But she got pregnant on her first heat, and whoever the owner was decided he didn't want her any longer. So he tied her to a tree in the Everglades here in Florida, which, come to find out after I found her, it's a very common practice for people who beat their dogs or are done with their fighting dogs to tie them up and or let them loose in Alligator Alley or in the Everglades, because they become python and alligator bait. And there goes the evidence of what they've done to their animals. I'm grateful that I'm not grateful it happens, but I'm grateful that the rescues know that this is happening so that they go out there and check periodically. And it's typically full breed animals that this happens to. The fighting dogs, like pit bulls, stuff like that. Anyway, so she was beaten, tortured as a puppy, got pregnant, was tied to a tree in the Everglades at about, I'm guessing, 6.5 months old, something like that. We don't know if it was the rope that grew into her neck or if it was from her pulling that scarred her neck, but she's got a massive scar along her neck over here. And that's why I'm always careful with her neck and try not to like pull on her collar or anything, because she has a lot of scar tissue. And she gave birth while tied to a tree. We don't know how many puppies she actually had, but she kept 7 alive while tied to a tree. So she's definitely a fighter. Definitely 100% a fighter. But when they found her and her 7 puppies, and they took her to the rescue. Her foster mom took her in as well as the puppies, and she let her continue to nurse for the first, I think, 5 weeks. But she said while she was nursing her, while she was nursing her puppies, the foster mom was feeding her 2 full rotisserie chickens a day and 12 cups of dog food. And she was still like literally drawn and so skinny. You could see every bone in her body, and she still had the scars and stuff all around her body and from the torture. And so she decided after like 5 weeks to stop her from nursing. It was either 4 or 5 weeks to stop her from nursing because she needed to heal. So she kept feeding her and kept taking care of her. And of course, obviously she started to grow into herself and get healthier. But all of the puppies were, of course, because puppies go very quickly, they were all adopted. But her foster mom decided to keep one of them, one of her sons. And that's bad. These people, humans. Yeah, I know, right? I'm glad you got Miley and she found you. Thank you, Zara. Me too. So she worked with her a lot, trained her a lot, and her puppy. And I'm grateful that she told me that when they went, she used to take her to the PARK like twice a day. And every time they went to go home, she would wipe her feet with wipes, like baby wipes, unscented baby wipes. To clean her feet. Well, because of that, and I continued doing that when I took her to get groomed for the first time, her groomer, who is still her groomer, said, "Oh my God, I have never had a dog so willing to get their toes trimmed or their toenails trimmed without any argument at all as her. Please continue doing whatever you're doing." Well, that was by cleaning her feet, which I still do, not as often, but I still do it. But we don't go to the place that often. But we do have a large yard and she does run around a lot. But anyway, so I had to sign up as a foster mom because her foster mom lived in Boca, which is on the opposite side of the state. So I wasn't going to be able to meet her before adopting her. And so they're like, sign up as a foster mom. And if you make the decision that minute that you want to keep her, we'll just go ahead and turn it into an adoption. And I was like, okay. So I ended up adopting her on her first birthday, which was in April. And her foster mom actually flew her over on a private jet. So she was used to the lap of luxury. But we picked her up in Fort Myers. We drove down to Fort Myers to pick her up. So like 4-hour drive, whatever. And then we drove back home, and she was great. We stopped at PetSmart, I think, because I needed to get a couple things, because I didn't know what her foster mom gave me, like a bed, 2 beds, dog food bowls, dog food, medication for 6 months, all kinds of stuff. I mean, she gave me like everything. So this was in April. Come December, I kind of stayed in touch with her foster mom a little bit. We went back and forth and stuff. And then about, I think it was sometime late November, she was like, listen, we're having to move into a condo and we can't take her son. They were able to take their 2 other dogs, but they weren't going to be able to take her son, Bobby. And she's like, would you consider, you were the first person we thought of because you have his mom. And I was like, well, I really don't have the space for another big dog. And she's like, well, no, he's the size of Miley. And I was like, well, you do realize she's only like 55 pounds. And she's like, yeah, he's about the same size as Miley. And I was like, I don't know. And then something kept telling me, try it. So I was like, all right. So we set it up. She had somebody drive him up here. or over here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, we met in Hyde Park in Tampa, neutral ground, neither one of their homes. She had been there a couple times before. She's always been fine with the dogs that walk around there all the time. Okay. So we got there a little bit earlier. We were walking around and no, dude, lay down. Lay down. Lay down, little monkey. Lay down, little monkey. She was a kind lady. God bless her. Yes, she was very kind. Definitely, God bless her. So my mom and I sat down on a bench, and she was there, and she was fine, no problems whatsoever. Her foster mom comes around the corner. I'm telling, it was probably half a block away. I mean, not that close, but not far either. As she crossed the street and started walking towards us, she got so aggressive. She'd never gotten aggressive before. So aggressive. Bobby got aggressive. When they got close, they literally went to attack each other. I mean, like a vicious fight. I was like, what the heck? This is your son, who was not quite twice her size, but definitely not 55 pounds. He had to have been at least 80 pounds by now. And he was only maybe, I got her in April. She was a year old. So he was at least he was at least 9 months, maybe 10 or 11 months old, something like that. They were mortal enemies. I'm talking mortal enemies. People were freaking out. That's how much they were like ready to kill each other. I was like, this isn't going to work. I can't take him. And she's like, well, let's just hang around, we'll just be separate a little bit. So we went to the green area that they have over there, the grassy area. I was standing on one side, she was standing on the other side, and we kind of let them do their thing as far as either going closer or further away from each other. Enough. Go to sleep. Okay? Go to sleep. I know you want attention, but if I were to hit end right now, you would just go to sleep and not want to have anything to do with me for the rest of the night. You just want attention because I'm not giving. Yeah, exactly. No. Anyway, so they were probably a good 10 feet away from each other. Next thing you know, he bows to her. You know how dogs bow play, like they do the downward dog, and they bow. That's typically like, I want to play. Hey, Anita, welcome. He bowed to her playfully, but he bowed. And then she said, okay. They were playing and romping and rolling and whatever on the grass. I mean, they were on their leashes because we were in public and it wasn't a fenced in area. But they're rolling around having a good old time. But he had to bow to her, and then she was willing. This was about a good hour later, an hour after we decided to go to the grassy area and let them hang out. So he bowed. She said, okay, let's play. So I was like, okay, this could be a possibility. No, Miley, no. Right, relax. Just relax. Go to sleep. So I was like, maybe. Now they drove over with an SUV, and I have a little Kia Soul. I already had stuff in there. She's got this massive bed. It was a Tempur-Pedic, what's it called? Memory foam bed. It was huge. It would cover that from that edge of the picture to the window, from the top to the bottom. It was probably that whole area it was Tempur-Pedic. Huge bed, tons of toys, bowls, medicine, all this kind of stuff, like she did for her. And I was like, I had to figure out how I'm going to get this all into my little car. So she strapped her in to her car with Bobby so that we can do this. Miley, stop. No, lay down. Thank you for burping. She buckled her in to her seat belt. Now she has multiple dogs. She's done this a million times. She buckled her into the seatbelt. Miley got out. Miley evidently pushed the button to undo the seatbelt. No. She got out, ran to my car, and jumped in. No, Miley. Sorry, guys. She's literally like tearing up. She has a major attitude today. I don't remember the last time she's been like this. Oh my God. No. God, move. So she runs over to my car, jumps in, and I was like, what the heck? I'm like, she thought you were leaving. I know, she did. So I'm like, I thought you buckled her in. She's like, I did. She's like, and this is where she used the doggy don't. This is where she stopped doing something. I think it was barking, and Bobby reacted. I didn't realize what it was at the time, and I found out later. I didn't get this for a while, and it does work wonders. But anyway, so she's in my car. Okay. So I had a couple toys because I wanted them to be occupied in the back seat. She would not let Bobby play with any of the toys. Anytime he went to pick one up, she grabbed it from him. Okay. We get home. I put his bed out, which of course this entire side of the room was his bed and her bed. And his crate. He had a little crate. It wasn't a 4-foot crate, but it was probably like a 3-foot crate. So it was his crate, Miley's bed, her bed. I mean, his bed. She took everything over. She took his bed over. She took all of his toys. She would not let him on my bed. They were, again, mortal enemies now that he was on her territory. The backyard got so torn up from them fighting. It wasn't play fighting. It was downright, I'm going to probably try to kill you fighting. I couldn't feed them together because she would not allow him to eat. And she wouldn't eat. She would have nothing to do with her food for the 4 days or whatever I had him. Would have nothing to do with her food. She wouldn't drink. She took a couple of sips here and there, but I had to let them out separately. I had to feed them separately. It was horrible. It was a horrible thing. So I contacted her and I said, listen, I know you guys are moving into a condo and you can't take him. I'm like, but I can't keep him. I can't keep him in good conscience and have them fight this way. And I was told by multiple people that, first of all, you need to continue giving your original pet attention because they are your pet. Don't not give the other dog attention. But I mean, it was probably not the smartest way to do it. I should have brought his scent so she could get used to it, etc. We didn't have that luxury because they lived on the opposite side of the state. It was a quick thing that had to happen. So it wasn't necessarily, no, she wasn't able to keep him and thought since Miley was his mom that I could maybe take him and keep him. And that was absolutely not something that was going to happen. And and he was so ridiculously strong. First of all, I had never had a male dog. Second of all, he was already almost twice her size, even though she kept telling me he was Miley's size. I have other than a couple of traits that she has, I did not see any of her in him. He looked complete. I guess there was a little bit in his face that was like her, but let me see. Let me see if I have a picture of him on this phone. I don't think I do. Damn. I don't. Hold on. Maybe I can find something. I don't think I have any on here. He was a beautiful dog, but they were mortal enemies. And as much as they literally tore up the yard, they could do nothing together. She was having nothing to do with him. Let Man, I don't have them. I don't have any on this phone. It was on an old phone, and that phone unfortunately is beyond dead. Um I thought I might have it somewhere else. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just check one other place to see if I can find it. I don't think I have any. Darn, I thought I saw them one time on here, but I guess not. Oh well. If I think about it, if I can find them somewhere, I know I have them somewhere on my computer. I'll go ahead and share them with you, but or show you. But I don't have. Man, and I don't think I ever shared it on Facebook, so it's not like I can go to my Facebook and find it. That's a shame. Oh, here, I found one. Hold on. That's him, obviously behind Miley. But do you see how much bigger he is than her? I mean, you can see some sort of a resemblance, but he's completely different colors than her. The floppy ears, the everything. But I mean, he's a beautiful dog, and I felt bad. The only reason we were able to get this picture, they almost destroyed my mom's Christmas tree, and that would have been horrible. But was because I had like these really big treats, and I was able to get them to finally settle down because they were literally, I mean, the coffee table, and it's a solid wood coffee table. They were moving it because they were just into each other and just wrestling and like growling. I mean, she had scars or scabs on her from his teeth. He had scabs from her, and I only had him, I think, 4 days, something like that. His foster mom, when she got him back, she was like, he was almost a different dog. She's like, I don't know what went on. And I'm like, I'm telling you, they were literally mortal enemies. She's like, I've never seen him act the way he did. But once he got reacquainted with his completely different breed siblings, he kind of felt it. She said she saw like kind of like a sigh of relief, and he was like kind of back to normal. But she's like, 4 days and he was almost a different dog. And I kept apologizing to her. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I can't keep him. She is my priority. I mean, she is, and it's unfair to him, and it's unfair to her, and I can't do it. But it was an interesting experience though. But the fact that they were mortal enemies and that was her son just was like, and it took, I don't know how many tries to get this picture before they started going at each other again. But I mean, it was kind of fun having him for a few days, in the sense that like just having another one. But it just, yeah, it was definitely interesting. You did the right thing. Miley comes first. Yeah. And then that was the other thing with Abby. When we got her, we renamed her to what we wanted, because she also had dealt with a lot with her, with her original name. So we renamed her to Abby. And then with Bella, which that was just her name because she was a puppy, like a newborn puppy when we met her. And then with her, I wanted to find a name that was, my name for her. And I just couldn't find one that really just took, or that I was really happy with. And so one of my friends was like, why don't you just keep it Miley? And I'm like, well, because I want a name that's my own for her. And plus, she's gone through so much, with that name. I just want to give her a fresh start. And she's like, yeah, but think about it. She traveled miles to get you. So Miley is a very appropriate name. And I was like, okay, that's it. I'm sold. So that's why I ended up keeping her name. But yeah. But now that I've talked about my dogs for about an hour and a half, maybe not quite that long, but I apologize. Do you guys want to play these last few cards or not and just start winding down? You guys tell me. Whatever the first response is the way we'll go. Play the last like 6 or 7 cards or start winding down. Okay, we'll play. I have no problem with that. I'm all oily. I hate that. Okay. Oh, we did this one. Yes, play a few, please. Okay. Baby koalas go through a phase where the only thing they'll eat is A, mama koala's hairballs for digestion, B, other baby koalas, C, mama koala's shit, or D, dirt. You got to know what it is. Yep. It's mama koala's poop. So that's the only thing they'll eat. Again, I was told with Anna, like with my dogs, with Bella, that if they do eat, whether it's their own, like she's obsessed with cat poop. And we used to have a ton of stray cats that would come through here. They still occasionally come through here, but she actually got ringworm from one of them. But roundworm, not ringworm, roundworm. But I was told that if they do, it's because they are missing something from their diet and they have found it in it. Gross. I'm missing a lot of stuff from my diet, but I don't care how much somebody would have to. I don't think there's any sum of money somebody could pay me to eat any kind of poop. Nope, not happening. I know animals are different, but yeah. All right. When two friends take a dump next to one another in public stalls and throw poop-covered toilet paper over the wall at one another, this is called, who does it? Who comes? I don't know. Okay, so when two friends take a dump next to one another in a public stalls and throw poop-covered toilet paper over the wall at one another, this is called A, shitstorming, B, brown bombing, C, free ticket to Browntown, or D, bathroom battleship. Who gives things like this a name? I mean, seriously. Mine eat our chicken poop, but I don't let them in the yard often. Oh, okay. Got it. It's called You Are No Longer My Friend. Yeah, totally. That, yes, absolutely, 100%. D, I guess, yes, it's bathroom battleship. Okay, then. That's just nasty. Oh, no, it's called stupid. That's what, give me those people, I will slap them. I agree. Absolutely, absolutely agree. All right. Did you ever accidentally poop in the shower when you thought you just had to fart? That's a shart. The act of pushing the poop down the drain with your foot is called A, releasing the turtles, B, a chestnut shower, C, a waffle stomp, or D, golden showers. Okay, no. Golden showers are something entirely different, but it's not that. So you have 3 options. Names for such. I know, right? I mean, I don't get it. I'm back in. Oh, because I never switched it to live chat. C, a waffle stomp. Yep. Hell no. I'm releasing the turtle. Nope. It's C, a waffle stomp. What people have time to come up with this? I mean, seriously. All right, next. Accidentally getting. What is up with this poop topic? Accidentally getting poop on your finger when wiping your butt is called the A, stink finger, B, Midas touch, C, finger poke of doom, or D, dirty digit? Oh my gosh, this is cracking me up. All right. Accidentally getting poop on your finger when wiping your butt is called the A, stink finger, B, Midas touch, C, finger poke of doom, or D, dirty digit? Yes, Zara got it. It's B, Midas touch. I mean, seriously, what is up with people? Right? Doing it, then naming it too. I know. Oh my gosh, that was hysterical. All right, next one. Having sex in a crowded movie theater is called A, peep showing, B, IMAX and climax, C, buttering the popcorn, or D, the coming attraction. This one's cracking me up too. Oh, while we're at it, if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, if you wouldn't mind doing so, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm still laughing. I know, right? I mean, I'd call that a hole in the tongue. Okay, I want answers for this one. I know. I don't know who comes up with these names. I mean, this is just hysterical. So having sex in a crowded movie theater is called A, peep showing, B, IMAX and climax, C, buttering the popcorn, or D, coming, CUMMING, attraction. I mean, who would come up with this crap? I mean, seriously. Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm so late and I can't stay. I just wanted to thank everyone for the prayers. Lots of love and yarny hugs. Hey, Crystal, how's your hand? And you're very welcome for the prayers. I'm sorry you can't stay either, but I am happy you stopped by to say hi. Zara got it right. Well, on my screen, Zara got it first. But B, IMAX and climax. I mean, seriously. Okay. I get it. But who comes up with these names is just ridiculous. Oh man, hold on. I'm missing something. Hold on. I wanted to look at something. Hold on one second. I don't know. I don't know what I was looking for. I wanted to look something up, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, all right. What the heck? All of these are poop related. Well, I'm being clean and saying poop instead of the other word. Why? I don't know. But the act of taking a dump but turning to find there's no shit in the bowl is called A, disappearing doo-doo, B, peekapoo, C, turdini, or D, ghost shit. Oh my God, these are cracking me up. Hi, and also bye, Crystal. Take care. Yeah, Crystal, sweet dreams, my friend. But thank you sincerely for coming on. And I really do hope your hand is healing well. Oh my gosh. Yes, D, ghost shit. Disappearing doo-doo, peekapoo, or turdini. But no, it is ghost shit, is what they said. Oh my gosh, my hand is doing a lot better. My surgeon actually said that I can try crocheting this weekend, which I tried, but it's still a little hard yet. Yay that it's healing well, but hopefully this weekend it'll... Oh, you meant this past weekend or this coming weekend? But hopefully by this coming weekend it'll be much better. This is fun to end alive. I know, right? Natalie, this is good. I'm glad, Zara. All right. In 2018, 19-year-old Kaif Ali Khan set a new world record by eating 65 grapes in 3 minutes. The crazy part of the story is, A, he's allergic to grapes. B, the grapes were covered in urine. C, he used his feet. D, he ingested them through his ass. What? Crystal, hope you get better soon. Okay, so in 2018, 19-year-old Kaif Ali Khan set a new world record by eating 65 grapes in 3 minutes. The crazy part of the story is, A, he's allergic to grapes. B, the grapes were covered in urine. C, he used his feet. D, he ingested them through his ass. but it's getting better every day. Thank you, everyone. Good night, everyone. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Sweet dreams, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's C. He used his feet. Okay, then. Whatever. All right. Doctors have found a new way to cure inflammatory bowel and Crohn's disease, and it involves. I know, Leanne. All right. Doctors have found a new way to cure inflammatory bowel and Crohn's disease, and it involves A, plugging up the butthole, B, transplanting poop from a healthy person into a sick person. Oh, actually, drinking a daily smoothie that includes traces of fecal matter, or D, medical marijuana. This is interesting because I think I saw something about this. So doctors have found a new way to cure inflammatory bowel and Crohn's disease, and it involves A, plugging up the butthole, B, transplanting poop from a healthy person into a sick person, C, drinking a daily smoothie that includes traces of fecal matter, or D, medical marijuana. Yeah, Denise got it. It's transplanting poop from a healthy person into a sick person. B, I think I might have heard of this maybe. Yeah, I heard about it too. And I even heard about it as far as ingesting it. But yeah, gross anyway. Either way, it's gross. Okay, hold on one second. All right. If your new roommate admits to having ablutophobia, find a new place to live. Ablutophobia is the fear of A, brushing your teeth, B, bathing, C, wearing clothes, or D, sleeping alone. Anybody? If your new roommate admits to having ablutophobia, find a new place to live. Ablutophobia is the fear of A, brushing your teeth, B, bathing, C, wearing clothes, or D, sleeping alone. Nope, it is not A. So it's B, bathing, C, wearing clothes, or D, sleeping alone. Becky got it first on my end. It's B, bathing. Alrighty then. Yes, definitely a different roommate or moving out or whatever. All right, last one. Chimpanzees are bunkers. They'll steal and eat the babies of rival clans, and they often A, accidentally eat their own kids, B, mistake human babies for chimpanzees and take them, C, carry their skull around as a warning, D, have sex with corpses. What? Chimpanzees are bunkers. They'll steal and eat the babies of rival clans, and they often A, accidentally eat their own kids, B, mistake human babies for chimpanzees and take them, C, carry their skull around as a warning, or D, have sex with corpses. Yes, Zara got it right. It was B, mistake human babies for chimpanzees and take them. What? I mean, seriously, I really wonder who comes up with these questions. Where do they come? I mean, like, just, I don't know. But it is what it is, I suppose. So we have two more packs of cards to get through, which we've played this many times, and this is what we get with what we went through. So hopefully this will last us a little while, and if not, we can always start again. I don't know that I'll necessarily remember all the answers, but I'm going to get the next one out just so I could go ahead and put it in there, or have it ready for next time. And I think we still have plenty left over of Family Feud also. So What the hey? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to continue working on the Frankenstein penis pillow, I think, for a little bit. And then I need to go ahead and do a better job of getting the colors that I'm going to have available to me so that I can good. I'm glad. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm glad you had fun. So I can send them to these couple of ladies so they can make their final decisions on the butt pillow and boob pillow, and then go from there. But thank you all so incredibly much for being here. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, if you wouldn't mind doing so on your way out, I would greatly appreciate it. She is sleeping, but definitely says bye to her peeps. And my mom did say to say hello, but she was trying to do anything she could to fall asleep early today because neither one of us has been sleeping much at night. So we both kind of need our sleep. But she did say hello, as well as again thank everybody for all the wonderful birthday wishes, because she has continued to get them here and there. But remember, for every season there's a reason to crochet. Love, hugs, and prayers to everybody. Extra prayers for those who need it. And remember, if you need extra prayers but don't want to share publicly, email me at natalies.closet@yahoo.com and we will add you to our prayer list. If you would rather I not even mention it as an anonymous person in my prayers when I ask everybody, please let me know that, and I won't do that. But if you don't mind but would still like to stay anonymous, let me know. And if you would like to be on my Christmas card list and think I don't have your address, feel free to email me that also, and I'll go ahead and put you down in my handy dandy address book. Otherwise, my video will post sometime tomorrow. I'm not quite sure when. Good night, everyone. Another great live chat. Thank you for doing your lives for us all, Natalie. Hugs and prayers for all that need them. Bye, everyone. You're very welcome. I had fun too. I love hanging out with you guys. Enjoyed it so much. Bye, everybody. Be safe. Sleep tight. Have a wonderful day. Yes, and have a wonderful, whether it's afternoon, evening, morning, whatever the case is, have a wonderful day. Like I said, my video will post sometime tomorrow. Probably not until the evening, but it'll be up at some point. It's just the full feature of Fangirl Fibers. And yeah, I think I covered everything. I know I do that with every video, but I sincerely have to remember if I did everything. Good night, Zara. Yes, good night, everyone. Have a safe, just stay safe and healthy, and have a wonderful part of whatever part of your day it is. Have a wonderful day, and sweet dreams to those of you that are going to sleep right now. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I already said that. If you wouldn't mind doing it on your way out, that would be awesome. And thank you, Amy, for the super chat today. I really do appreciate it. And thank you to those of you that have shopped my Amazon links. I really do appreciate that. Every penny counts. And yeah, I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys supporting the small businesses I always share with you. I have several small businesses in the description box of every video with a lot. Well, any links that I have down there is typically because I have a coupon code, or they're under the referral link section, or they're under the affiliate section. So thank you for supporting many. I know many of you have supported many of the small businesses I've shared with you. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. As well as thank you very much for those of you that have purchased my colorway with Jake at Dogstar Knits. I do appreciate that very, very much. He was wonderful to work with, and I look forward to possibly doing something else with him at some point, and possibly working with a couple other small businesses, but that's not a for sure yet. You never know what's going to happen. So have a wonderful night. You guys will see me tomorrow. And then otherwise the next Getting to Know You. And then I will see you guys next Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.